If you're an abstract artist and you have a desire to create and start an abstract painting, but you don't know where to start, well, this video is for you. This is for you, and this is part 2. I have another one that is part 1 that shows you my special color pull technique, which is a great way, an easy way to start. And this is for if you're a beginner or a very advanced painter. I'm a very advanced painter. I've been painting for over 40 years and earning my living, selling my paintings, and I still use this method because I love it. Hi, my name is Adele, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you haven't before, please hit the subscribe and the button below and the bell to be notified of every new video I put up on my YouTube channel. And please help me get to 100,000 subscribers. I'm really close, so make sure you hit the bell and the subscribe button today. Okay, so I'm going to start off where we left off in part 1, and that is, let me move these away. Today, I'm going to show you the next stage that I do for my color pull technique. And that's if you want to keep adding layers. You may actually come out with a painting from the very first time that you do this with something so fabulous you don't want to add anything more, and that's great. Actually, this one is very close to being like that. And all of these, my color pull techniques, are all surprises, which is something that I really enjoy. I don't want to know exactly what's going to happen because I want surprises. I want those, what is this effect? And so it's basically it's an exploration in play and experimentation. And that's the best way to come out with some of the best paintings that you have. So I'm showing you this painting, excuse me. I put it in a floater frame because I like to see paintings that are at least halfway finished, and I'm going to edit them in a frame, especially small ones. This is a 12 by 12 inch. And so it doesn't fit exactly in this floater frame, so it's a little bit angled, but that's okay. So here it is. I love what it looks like right now. Should I want it this way? Or do I like it vertical stripes? Or do I like this part at top and bottom? It can go in so many different directions. Or how about this? You can also combine 2 of these together to get a larger painting. But for today's purposes in this video, I'm going to take this out and I am going to use it this way. So what do I do next? Well, I love adding collage, small pieces of collage. And what I like to do when I'm painting is, and you'll see, kind of like this, let me show you an example. I use antique books or journals or ledgers that I get on Etsy or eBay. And when I'm painting, I wipe my brushes off. I have a stack of those papers. I tear them out of the ledger in the book. And like, for instance, look, here's a stack right here. Here is a stack of these old pages, and I just wipe them off here of my my paints. And then I have stacks of colors that these collage papers that have the colors that are my colors. I'm already using these. And so I'm going to show you how many different painting possibilities are in this one piece. You might think, oh, I'm not sure where to take this. You might love it just like it is, which quite honestly, I love it just like it is. So if I'm going to experiment with adding or trying out several collage pieces, it has to be better and improve. I have to like it more than what's there right now. And let me show you this. I have trays, simple restaurant trays that I use to organize my collage papers in reds and pinks and yellows, in blues and what have you. Just an easy way to organize your work. So let's see. I am going to try a couple different ones. I'm going to show you a couple different ones, and then you decide whether you like it or not. And if you do, then you put them on. But here's one. Here's a large one. I noticed that many of the stripes across can be similar in size, with not a whole lot of variation. And I always love to teach that variety, large, medium, small, that's what it brings the painting to a more successful painting, but not all the time. So the number one thing is you have to like the painting. So here we go. Here's a big one. I'm going to look at big, collage papers to see if something I like there. So let's just say, I love these pops of fluorescent paint. I could maybe put something there. Where would I put this if I did put this? To me, if I put it on the side, it doesn't feel balanced. So I don't want it vertical. I want it horizontal. But I love this here. This was alcohol ink that I used, and I don't want to cover that up. But you may want to cover it up. If you have a color that you don't like, say you have a section here and you don't really like it, and you're looking for a large collage piece, maybe that's it. And maybe you don't want this angle, so you can just tear it. So we could tear it. Let's see. And have it become something else. And I like tearing rather than cutting with scissors because I love the organic line that it forms. So how about that? Would it be down here? Would it be up here? How would the whole painting change? And do I want to put it in this direction or take it in this direction like this? Say that this isn't the exact one you want. Let's go look through some more collage papers and just to test them out until you find, yes, that's what I want. Here's another one. I love this color. But where do I put it? Say you did this or experimented and there's an area that you don't love very much. I typically might go over it. So suppose you like this color, but you don't like what happened here. You could put something like this in there. You still see a little pop of it on the side. So say, I like that. I'm going to keep that. So let's do that. Maybe something else. Here's something with a totally different mark. I don't have anything like this anymore. And this color actually goes with some of this. So would I like to put that in? This way, over here, or maybe down here. And again, what I like to teach my students in my Art with Adele Academy which is an online art school. You can read more about it below, in the link below. But I basically trust your gut. If it feels right and you like it, then do it. Don't analyze. So say here, you can even go up here. Even though I love this color here, for some reason, it doesn't feel like it goes to me. So I'm going to put this aside. What else might we put in here? Here's a smaller piece. And again, this is a color that I use in a lot of my paintings. All the ones that I have here on my collage tray in the pinks, this is my actual paper palette. Make sure you save your actual paper palette. So you could do this. It's really interesting. Do you want to put this on here? What about you want to turn it into, say you don't like all the neon, you want to take a lot of that out. Instead of going over with more color pulls, which you can do too, this collage idea really can help. So say you love a little bit of seeing the fluorescent paint, but you don't want that much of it. So would that work? So far to me, I love this here. Maybe up at the top even. I'm not sure. This kind of fades away to me. I like kind of a strong top and a strong bottom. This is a great strong bottom. So I'm just going to keep going. What else do we have? Let me move this aside and let's try something blue. So say you like this and you want to put this in here. Or you can layer your collages. You could put this collage on top of this bigger one. Or even have it up here if you want something coming down from the top. But this is a great way to edit your paintings and go to the next step with collage. So let's just keep putting these aside and let's try a whole different color palette. Say we're going to try blues. Okay, let's see what we have with the blues. Here's a large blue. So we're going to try to bring this out. Maybe then I want to downplay this red up here. I could put it at the top here. I actually like that. And you still see the blue here, but say, okay, this doesn't really go with this bright neon or fluorescent yellow orange. So what am I going to do with that? Here's another one. If you want a darker value, but so far between this and this, I like this one. And that's kind of how I choose. I choose two and I say this one or that one. And I choose the one I like better or neither. here's something that's totally different. It's just writing with a marker, I think it's a colored pencil, on white paper. Do I like this here? Or would I want it on top of, layering on top of here, something like this? How about that? Do you like that? So far, I just like this best. I like part of this, but suppose I wanted, say it's too big. I just want a small one. And I like the horizontal going across, so I'm going to just tear it. And I could have a little bit like this. I could put this at the top here. That gives a lot more interest, I have to say. Or do I like something like this that's a little bigger? I think I like this better. So let's say, okay, I decide on this. Here is a blue. And you can have both red and blue. I mean, you know, of course. Suppose I did something like this here, or maybe down here. Although I love this dot here. I'm going to leave that. So what else do I have? Here is some more blues. More blues. Do you want to take that out completely? Now the blue next to the orange, which complementary colors, looks fantastic. Do I want to do that? Okay, let's see what else we can try. You can see now how your painting, this one painting, can go in a million different directions. So say let's just keep on going with this idea. Or here's a plain blue in a great kind of interesting shape. Do I want something like that? To me, this, I love the blue, but this color, red, doesn't work together for me with this blue. So I like this better. So let's put that aside. What else do we have? And you just take a look at your collage pieces. This is an interesting shape and color. I personally love adding collage on top of another collage. Excuse me. So I like that. Or do we want to put this down here? If you did something down here and you didn't like it, how about that? I actually think I like that better. So let's leave that. What else? Here's another tiny piece. It's a different kind of blue, and I like that too. But again, does it add to it? Does it add to the piece? I actually like that. It makes it a couple of collage pieces together, one on top of each other, makes it so much more interesting. All the different blues. Let's see what else we have. We could also do black and white. Let's just say, oh, you're not going to do the red. You're not going to do the blue theme. What about black and white? Let me put these aside for right now. What about black and white? Here is, I have a tray of black and white. Here's a really large one. If you wanted to push this painting into the more neutral and take away some of the color, you could put this up here. I love the writing, but I would do more writing over here. Say I like this, but this is too empty. Well, I'm going to add to this piece just like this. To me, that looks like this. It goes together. I like that better. All right, so say we're going to do that. Or would we want it here or down here? Where would you put it? Tell me below. Do you like the red or the blue or the black and white best so far? And then I have one more I want to show you, which is a neutral. How about a neutral, which is kind of, here's a large piece, as you can see, of this is from a ledger, and I just get the ledgers and tear them out. But this to me is too large. So say I wanted, but I like the yellow in here. So I'm just going to tear that down. Okay, and where would I put that? It might add some interest. Quite honestly, I love it here. Why do I like it here? I like it here. I'm going to overlap these lines, for instance, here or here. I like just off center. I want to go overlap. Overlapping has a great effect and gives your painting more depth. So I sort of like this best. And then I still love this purple. The yellow brings in this yellow. But let's keep going. Suppose, let me see what else I have in here. Here is another neutral. It's a different color. That is a no in my book. And I just keep trying things. Suppose I want to, here's another one. It's a neutral from my journals, but it has a little bit very soft color. So what about here? Would it work here or here? When I don't want too much high contrast, but I want something a little, give it a little oomph like this here. This is neutral, But look, if I add this, this is still, the value contrast, there is no value contrast. And I like that. If I did something stronger like this, look at the difference between this is very little value contrast versus this has high value contrast. I like the low value contrast the best. So I would put that there. So say we want to do a mixture. Let's take this away, take this blue away, and let's bring back some of the things we were thinking about to begin with. So I love this neutral here and how it just has a little bit of an organic shape down there. Do I lean towards the blue or towards the red? To me, this red is strong enough, so I don't want that. I'm going to put that aside. Let's see what else. I kind of like this in here. It's just different, but that's no. Quite honestly, I love this big piece. It has so many different colors. Or this, maybe this. I love the little pop of orange on the side. Or should I put it down here? Actually, my final vote is this one. And I love this. You can still see the sides, so it brings out the color. You have organic shape here and an organic shape there. And I just love this. So I would glue this down. And let's see what it looks like within the frame. I always have an idea of looking at it at the end with the frame. And let's move everything else aside so I can make a choice and know where the colors are going to influence me. So I really like this one. This would be my final. So, so I could glue that down. Now, I want to tell you that click the link below. There, I have an fabulous online art school called the Art with Adele Academy. And you want to learn, if you want to learn more about this technique and tons more, make sure you click the link. And I'd love to see you there. Thanks for joining in this video, and I'll see you in the next one.